So this video is going to be split into two parts. The first part is going to be me defending myself, and the second part is going to be exposing the former and current owners of ZTT, what they did wrong, and it should be noticed. First of all, we have this guy basically saying that I admitted to auto-clicking, which is fucking bullshit. I never said that, and I'll show it right now. Let's look at every single message I sent with the word auto in the last couple months. So, the only one that you can see that is somewhat sus is "cause I auto," but you haven't seen the context of it, and I said it's apparently "cause I auto," so that kind of just rules out his first claim, which is that I admitted to auto-clicking. Secondly, we have this guy basically saying that I said a clutch is impossible because I can't do it, and I'll show the screenshot on to disprove that. Which, by the way, again, never happened. And the third thing that I'll tell you about is basically him saying that I used a better hit drag module. And well, yes, that is true. But I didn't know that it was bannable at the time. I did not even know what it is. I only learned later that it is a reg edit. And even though I knew prior to the comp that reg edits were banned, I did not know that I was using one. And also, he is completely ignoring the fact that I gave myself away to get banned, so I make everything fair. So, let's start with Querty, because we have less to deal with him. So, firstly, he was found using a hitbox texture pack that allowed you to see people through walls. And he made the excuse that it's only when you see name tags, but that is obviously not the case. When I downloaded the texture pack, it had a clearly visible through walls menu, and that says ESP, and it's bannable on Zeqa. So for the second thing that Cordius told me, he basically told me that the opposition has made up the story that he made someone kill themselves. And while that is somewhat true, it's told in a really deceiving way. So Bruce made that theory, but Bruce is not really a leading contributor to that. It's basically a theory. And while yes, they did make it, it's basically saying a twisted story that is a half-truth, half-lie, and that is not a good thing. So the first person that is guilty from the opposition is Tarke. Not only does he try lying in my face to try and get me to join ZTT staff back when I was actually viewed as a friend, but he also acts really unserious in some situations, to the point where even his own friends have to tell him to stop. Thirdly, he uses Velo as of this clip, and he got banned for it, but he never got cheater listed for it, which shows a level of corruption in the new ZTT. So, the second person I would like to talk about is Glitchy. So, Glitchy is a current owner of ZTT, but one thing I found about his gameplay is that he auto-clicks, and I'll show you in just a second why I think that. So, what we can see from Glitchy in this clip is that his aim is very unstable to start a drag click. And it cannot be butterfly because he places 8 blocks in 15 frames, which is 32 CPS. And that is really difficult to replicate with butterfly. Now, let's get to the big guns. So, I tried 3D bounce settings on Glitchy's mouse, the Model O. Well, I have a Model D, but they have the exact same chip inside that allows you to go down to 2 ms in 2 debounce time increments. So, from what we can see from the start of the tier test, he places 2 blocks in 3 frames, which indicates that he could only have 6, 4, or 2 ms debounce time. And in all 3 debounce timers, the amount of CPS that you could get physically is higher than the 32 CPS he got. The lowest is the 6th MSD bounce at 61 CPS, and which is followed by the 70 CPS of the 4MS and the 87 of the 2MS. Okay, so the third person is Elo Bruce. Elo Bruce is a racist who called me a Turk when he already knew my nationality as a Bulgarian, which, considering we have been under the Ottoman rule 500 years, is quite rude to say. Secondly, we can say that he cheats. He used auto jump reset against me. Not only that, but he's also making up things to ruin people's reputation. He said I faked my own death, and he provided absolutely no evidence of it. So the last person I would like to talk about is Kenogi. Not only is Kenogi, with an already bad rep in the community, an owner of a really bad tier testing server, but he's also very corrupt. Not only did he cheater list me despite me not doing anything on Zeqa, despite being a Zeqa based server, he didn't ban Tarke, who actually did get banned on Zeqa for velocity. Then again, another thing to consider is that when I asked him about him screen sharing no life because he didn't get a screen share, unlike Yami, who got a screen share and got cheater list out of that, he said it's none of my business, which is a really sad excuse for you basically not knowing what to say. Another thing that I saw is that he also lies. He said that hitbox treasure pass cannot see through walls, but they quite obviously are, considering the pack I showed you earlier in this video, and I'm going to show it to you now again. And one last thing about Kenogi is that he really obviously boosted Glitchy to high tier 1 battle rush. He used an excuse that it will be changed later once a better player emerges, but this is not how getting tiers works. Getting tiers should be, like, you should be fighting a person that you're same tier, and if you beat them, you get the higher tier. You don't just get tier 1 from the first day, because for 1, that's going to lead to really boosted tiers. For 2, it's just going to be flat out unfair. And yes, this is absolutely everything I have to say. If you want to contact me, I have my Discord in the description. If you want to message me, if you have more proof, if you have to disprove some of my proof, I don't know, and this is all up to you. Bye bye.